Hello YouTube, this is Alpalc here, and today I'm going to be doing the final part of my video game handheld consoles and game series. Now, there will of course be more videos in the playlist. They'll just be like bonus videos or like sort of like new handheld consoles I've gotten my hands on, or new games for specific consoles. And I do want to get like almost one of every single type of handheld that was released. Not including all the retro gaming ones that are out there too, like you can emulate stuff on them. I'm doing like first party, kind of like specific companies making these, kind of like Nintendo or Sega or stuff like that. But anyway, so the final part is on my personal favorite handheld console, which is the PS Vita. And I'm actually going to be starting with the 4 loose games, and then I'm going to be going on to all of these complete case games. Some of them you would expect to have manuals, but most this never actually came with a manual, so it's still CIB in the day. I'm gonna start with a couple of not so special games. Actually, I tried selling these on eBay and I'm getting them back, and well, a lot happened with these two, but yeah, it'll be 12 the show, and it'll be 14 the show. I actually got this one at a pawn shop for $1. And I got this one at the Goodwill Electronics Center that used to be by my house for $5. I don't know why I'm showing you the other side. I do a lot of coin videos too, so that can happen. Next up is Final Fantasy X. This one doesn't have its case, and when I got it from GameStop, it came with one of the GameStop cases, so it didn't even have 10-2. And the final loose game, one of my favorites, Touch My Katamari. It's a fun game, but it's also really weird. Number 16. I wonder what that actually means. Like the 16th copy of this that was ever produced, or what? Is it? That's the case. It's actually kind of cool. And now to go into the games that are actually in their cases, and these are basically in alphabetical order, so it goes from like 7, because 7 Scarlet just starts with a number, and it goes down to the next letter, and then the next one starts with the next letter, and so on and so forth from there. Yeah, 7 Scarlet. So you see there's the next game. This one has the cards. I don't know what else was supposed to be with this one. I think there's like a special edition one. I just got the game and the cards. And the cards are actually still sealed too. Basically like a little dating visual novel. It was fun to play. Really goofy. I had a good time with that. Next up is Army Corps of Hell. Yeah, I actually got 7 Scarlet at a pawn shop for like $10. I had this at a flea market for about, or basically just a trade of games. Yeah, the case didn't close properly. Sorry about that. Then we have Assassin's Creed Chronicles. Also in here. Then we have the only non-US release or North American release game I have. Bad Apple Wars. This one is Japanese. This one actually has some stuff with it. Yeah, apparently the North American release of this game is like $50 or something like that, which I had no idea. Then we have Borderlands 2. This game actually struggled a bit on the Vita. Like, I've actually had it freeze up and crash a couple of times. Also has some inserts with it because there was some content that I unfortunately didn't think to add on, or well, I wouldn't have been able to add it on now anyway if I did add it on before, because I had to get a new memory card for my Vita about a year or two ago. So all that save data was lost anyway. This is a pretty good game. And then the last one in this deck is Child of Light. This is a really fun little game. Don't know exactly what to call it. We go into the next stack, which starts out with Code Realize, Future Blessing. Yeah, Future Blessing. Blessings. I actually got this at the same pawn shop I got a 7 Scarlet at. This one was like $2 because I was out one day and I found like a gold earring on the ground. I got like $8 for that piece of gold and I put it towards this. This is the most recent of my Vita games. Collar X Malice. I thought this looked interesting. And so I got it. I'm also wanting to get like the entire complete North American release of all the Vita games. So that's going to be fun. Next up we have is Demon Gaze. I thought this game looked interesting. I saw this one, a copy of this at a GameStop, and I think it was like almost $30 or something. And I got this at on eBay for like $22 to $25. Next up is Disney Infinity 2.0. This one does have a manual. The rest of the games have not had manuals. Sorry for the background noise if you hear that. Next up is Dragon's Crown. This was an interesting little side-scrolling type of game. It's also Atlas, which a lot of people like. I'm not exactly a fan of them now, but I'm not going to get into that sort of detail. And the last one in this stack is Dungeon Hunter. Dungeon Hunter Alliance. And now for the next stack. And this game, I'm actually still in the middle of. I need to get back to playing this. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon lately. It's Fate Exilla the Umbral Star. This is actually a really, really good game. I've actually been having fun with this one. I'm actually playing it right now. Might get back to it later on. And there's some pretty big games coming up here. This one is Freedom Wars. This one really didn't like catch me all that much. It was still kind of fun, but there's just something about it that I don't know. I might try this again at some point. Won't be able to do much the online stuff because I'm pretty sure it's all been cut off now. And then this is probably one of the biggest for me. Is Gravity Rush. This was a really good game. And then we have the Firefly Diary. I'm not going to try and pronounce that because... no. Oh, I didn't know it was also NIS or NIS. That's kind of cool. This is a game that I tried to play and then I forgot about it because of other games and kind of don't have my save file for that anymore. This one I actually found at a pawn shop and I got just because I thought it would also be fun. Lego The Hobbit. Yeah, I put this one after... why did I put this one? Oh yeah, that's because it was the next one. I put it for Lego instead of just Hobbit or something like that. Which, I mean, at least about probably would have been right after that, before that one. You know what I mean. Alphabet is hard. No, it's not. And then the final game in this stack is Little Big Planet. This is also pretty fun. Oh, this one actually had an insert. How about that? Majority of my games majority of these don't have them. That's not good. I'm recording this on my phone. It just said the battery's low. It's at 15%. I think I've got enough time. Next up is Little Deviants. Move this stack over because you can see they're starting to pile up over here. Well, not pile up, but you know what I mean. So we have Mortal Kombat. This was actually pretty good too, but I'm not a big fighting game kind of person. And then we have Ragnarok Odyssey. This one actually has one for Ragnarok Tactics. A video game to try and get because I have gotten into tactical RPGs like Fire Emblem and everything. Resistance Burning Skies. This was a good one. I actually got all the trophies in this one. I think that was for the online mode. Yep, online pass. And there's the game. It was not as good as Retribution, but still good. Here's another big one. Soul Sacrifice. This was a really good game. I actually managed to platinum this one. In terms of trophies. And this is the hardest game I've ever actually gotten a platinum trophy in all the PlayStation games I've played. And the last one for this stack is Tokaiden Age of Demons. This case should look familiar because I actually found a second case for this game. I had the Goodwill bins a while back. This one also has a bit of an insert. And now for the last and final stack of games. Starting out with a really big one. Oh, there it is. Sorry, it just froze for a moment. Legends of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. Actually, this is a reversible cover, so I actually have the other one in. And have it flipped over and have this one in instead. I've been wanting to get this game for a while. I actually got that when I was at a convention a few months ago. And we have Uncharted Golden Abyss. Check to see what my battery's at currently. Sorry for the finger. Okay, 14%. We got this. Next game is Virtue's Last Reward, which is basically a sequel to 999. Or just another game after it. I don't know if they're actually related. And after that we have Wipeout 2048. Fun little racing game. This one does have an insert for the online pass, which I never used because I didn't play online. And then, second to last game, Day 1 Edition, World of Final Fantasy for the PS Vita. And this one is actually sealed. Got this for like $20-something on eBay a while back. I actually thought about playing this, but I kind of like having a sealed Vita game. And last but not least, in the terms of games, is Ys Memories of Celceta, which was a game I was very much after. I actually traded my copy of Persona 4 and a couple of other things for this, because I I actually prefer the East games over Persona. I also just like being able to control my character and actually like control what he does or she does instead of just going through a menu and selecting what to do. Anyway, as you can see, that's my Vita games. 34 in total. 30 of them are complete in case. And of course, I also have not one, but two PS Vitas. Now, this one is just my normal Vita. All my plushes there. I use this quite often. And then there's all the East games on here too. Currently I have Fate Extella on here in here. That's the reason why you didn't see in the case. Now this Vita would seem to be unassuming, right? Just nothing unusual about it. Totally normal Vita. Well, as you can see by what's on here, this is actually not a normal Vita. This Vita has in fact been modded. Well, not physically, but you know what I mean. So it has like a SD card in here, and it has a normal memory card in here. I got this a few months ago for a little under $100 because I also sold off a phone and a Blu-ray to put towards this. No, I don't want that. So it's got some emulations and stuff on here, like the one I'm using right now, which has Kirby Amazing Mirror, which I have actually beaten. I'm the Emerald Green Kirby right now because I've unlocked literally everything in this. I've 100% in the game, and yeah, that's a lot of lives. And that should basically do it for this video. Thank you for watching. That's it. Pretty much ends the series here. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.